I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, strap, seal my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't hit, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. Down, wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me. Elevating, got them nauseous. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the option. Woo! Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead.
It's time! Welcome to DFS by the Numbers with your host, Brady.
Better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers and welcome to UFC 278 Best Bet. Going to be giving you the best bet for each and every fight on this 12-fight card. We were supposed to have 13 fights, but unfortunately, Shanna Young showing some great fight IQ. She pulled out of the fight. She ended up not losing. So shout out to you, Shanna Young. You did not lose the fight. Well done. Great game plan there. But we are here with Blood Money, and we're here with WizBets. Narco may be coming. He's having some technical difficulties, so we'll see if he does join us. But we'll start with you, Cody, Blood Money. How are you doing? And you looking forward to the card?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you having me on. First off, it's awesome. I'm looking forward to this card. It's not the greatest pay-per-view in the world, but it does have some cool fights to look forward to. Found some pretty good betting spots, so I'm pretty happy about it. But like I said, it's not really the greatest pay-per-view in the world.
Yeah, I mean, Yanan Wu, Lusa Pudilova. I never thought I'd see that on a pay-per-view card, but it is, and it's a good card, though. I'm looking forward to it. We got Wiz, what is up? You looking forward to the fight card this week?
Yeah, I share similar thoughts to Cody, where it's not the most exciting main event type of card, but still excited. Any UFC is good UFC to me, so really excited. Cody, it's a pleasure doing first show with you and with you. So let's keep it rolling.
Let us do it. All right, before we get started, guys, if you guys have not already, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Also, go check out Blood Money. He has a channel. And Wiz, I believe you have a channel as well. You've been doing some interviews with Mozarov, right?
Yes, that's the only video I have up right now. But now that I'm back from a little vacation, I'm going to start uploading a little bit more. And I look forward to having you guys on a show soon, too. So, yeah, the only video I have up is that Oscar Mozarov interview.
And that's awesome, man. Yeah, so go check out both these guys. They do a phenomenal job. I do want to shout out the chat before we get started. We got Propaholic in here. We got Sean. We have Fear. We have Trey in the chat. All Views Tech. BC. We got Lauren. We got John. We got Dope Space Cowboy. Addicted to Combat. We got Eric Betts Fights. We have Lord. Tom. We have Tony. We have Eric. We have MMA Goulash. We have Ace in the chat. We got Jay. We got Paul. Ken. Ace Money. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us on a Saturday. I say we get right into it. And we will start with the first fight of the card. We have Daniel Silva going against Victor Altamirano. We will start with you, Blood Money. What is your favorite bet for this fight?
For this fight, I like Altamirano to get the win. I think he's going to get a decision, but I know De Silva, he's like a one-round fighter, maybe 1.5 rounds. But Altamirano ain't like the biggest finisher in the world. So I'm going to take him by decision or possibly third round sub, but it's going to be dangerous for him because De Silva is going to be dangerous in the first round. I think the guys that De Silva has fought and got beat by in the UFC already are a little bit better than Altamirano. So he's going to have to watch himself in that first round because he was able to take De Silva was able to take Molina down, take his back, put him in a couple bad situations like within the first 2.5 minutes. And if he can do that to Altamirano, he might be able to get the win because Altamirano's been rear naked choked 4 times in his career, including his amateurs. So, yeah, man, he's just got to watch that in that first round, stay safe, but use some good body kicks and stuff. But I like him. I like him to get either the decision or third round finish.
Sounds good to me. We have Narco joining us. Narco, you got it. What is up?
What's up, man? I had to switch computers. It's the setup now is all over the place, so I'm trying to get it done.
You're moving
What's
in.
up,
You're
boys?
getting all used to it. It's all good. So Narco, I guess we'll kick it to you. What do you like it for a De Silva Altamirano here?
Yeah, I mean, I did play the under 2.5 here, but the price is like kind of ballooned up to -175. I don't prefer it at this price because it's a little juiced. But I do think this fight doesn't go to distance. I do think De Silva early, Altamirano late. So with that being said, I will actually give a Altamirano KO3 prop that I kind of like. It's plus 2,200. He doesn't have a ton of power, but I think the body kicks, the volume, the fact that Silva gasses, the fact that this thing is at altitude, all those things favor Altamirano late. So it's plus 2,200, 2,300. Yeah, by KO round 3. I like that.
Sounds good. Wiz, what do you like it for this fight?
I echo similar sentiments where Silva could win early in that first round to round and a half, and then Altamirano would look to take over later, especially at altitude, given De Silva's gas tank issues that we've seen in the past. It's just going to be even worse. To be honest, I was going to give out the under 2.5 as well, but yeah, like Narco mentioned, the price just completely ballooned. I also don't think this fight's going to go to decision at all. So I'm going to give the De Silva round 1 KO prop. The price, I believe, should be around like plus 15 or 1,600, if I'm not mistaken.
Like plus 1,600 on Bet Online.
There we go. Yeah. So I think that's one of his paths to victory, whether it's KO or submission in that first round. After the first round, it's hard for me to see a win for him here.
Yeah, but sounds good. I think that's a good way to play it. Like you said, De Silva early, Altamirano late. I am going to go with under 2.5 rounds, -175. It did for some reason open up at plus 160, which was just completely insane. But yeah, Daniel De Silva, he's a killer be killed fighter. He's going to go in there fast, looking for a finish. If not, he kind of falls off a cliff. We saw in the Molina fight, just looked like he had nothing left in that second round. The dude's never been over 2.5 rounds in his entire career. He's never even seen the third round. Like you guys are saying, Altamirano is not the best finisher in the world, but De Silva, he looks like he doesn't have anything left after that first round. So under 2.5, -175 would be my best bet for this fight. See what you guys are saying in the chat. We got Ski saying Victor by points. We have Propaholic saying he has the fight doesn't go to decision parlay with the Rockhold fight doesn't go to decision -111. And then Paul's saying Altamirano gasses too. He may slow down, but he definitely does not slow down as bad as De Silva. All right, we'll keep moving on to the next fight. We have Arichi Long going against Jay Perrin. Wiz, let's start with you. What are you liking for this fight here?
I'm just going to give out the dog money line. A lot of people I've seen this week have had love for Arichi Long. And then after the interview with Wheezy, a lot of people switched over and they really like the personality of Jay Perrin, and I think Jay Perrin is just better when it comes to the ground game, just overall fight IQ as well. The one thing that I would like lean towards Arichi Long for is that knockout power, but I still like Jay Perrin here to extend the fight, get Arichi Long a little bit more gas, especially at altitude. That's one thing we're going to hear a lot throughout these fights, and almost everyone's breakdowns is that there's a ton of fighters on this card that have suspect gas tanks, and especially at altitude, that's just going to affect them a lot. So I think Jay Perrin moneyline is the way to go here. I didn't want to get too cute with any of the props.
Yeah, I went with the same thing. Jay Perrin money line around plus 120 there on FanDuel Sportsbook. I think it's a super close fight. On the feet, I do favor Arichi Long just because he has that power. He's going to be landing the bigger shots. I don't think he has the best striking defense, really, and he is there to be hit. But I just expect Jay Perrin to make this a very close competitive fight, using his wrestling, using his grappling, putting on a pace at altitude that I do think he can keep throughout 3 rounds. And as the fight goes on, how is Arichi Long going to look like in that second and third round? Whereas I know Jay Perrin's going to be going into that second round and third round really fresh. He's been 5 rounds before. But yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be a grinding fight. I think it could really go either way. So for that reason, give me the plus money there on Jay Perrin, plus 120. Blood Money, how are you seeing this one?
I actually got Aori Hulang by decision. I like him. watching tape, like I thought he was better pretty much everywhere than Perrin. He's got good offensive and defensive wrestling. Like he's got a decent get up game, but his power and his striking is a lot better in my opinion. Like I like Jay Perrin. I watched that interview too, and he's a good dude and all that. But like I just didn't see where he's dangerous anywhere. Like he has really close fights on the regional scene. Every time he stepped up like to the big shows, he's kind of got beat, like Bellator, Dana White Contender Series here. And I'm just not like, there wasn't like one area that I could pick that he had that I just thought he was better than Q Lang or Aori Q Lang anywhere. So I think Q Lang is going to land the bigger shots, the harder shots, and get the decision.
Fair enough. I like it. Blood Money. Narco. What do you like for this fight?
Yeah, I'm on a dog as well. I got in kind of early plus 164, but I still think I still don't think he should be the dog. Like he has the better wrestling in my opinion. We saw Cody Durden kind of grind Irichi Lang, and that was at 125. I think Jay Perrin is the bigger guy here. He's going to be the stronger guy here. And in the striking, I do like Irichi Lang a little better, but like I said, I think Jay Perrin, he's super durable, very good gas tank. We saw him on short notice against, who was it? I forgot the damn guy's name, but Batista, where he came. I mean, he took a pretty good shellacking, kept coming though, and so with that being said, now with a full camp, I think Jay Perrin should be better late, especially in this fight. I do favor Irichi Lang kind of early, but this might be a decent live spot also on Jay Perrin.
Yep, I totally agree with that. Let's see what the chat is saying on this one. Sean is saying, I'm still so torn on this one. Propaholic saying, I had to throw Jay after the interview. If you haven't watched the interview, you'll have to watch it. Weezy and Luke killed it. A very good interview there. I really enjoyed that. Glenn saying, Irichi Long by decision in the over 2.5. Yeah, I don't mind the over 2.5. Both guys are extremely tough. G Money saying the Mongolian Murder. Yeah, I kind of joked about that. Him having the nickname the Mongolian Murderer and only having a 37% finish rate. Like, if you're going to be named the Mongolian Murderer, you need at least a 90% finish rate. So, but Paul saying Perrin is going to sleep. Ski Wishy saying Iori by Mongolian KO. Sean saying Perrin is not dangerous anywhere. And not really on the feet, but he does have a sneaky submission game. Paul saying Iori is a lot bigger. That would be the deciding factor if I were to bet this fight. He definitely is bigger. And let's see what else we got here. SK saying, does Iori have a ground game, wrestling game? He does have some solid wrestling. He has been submitted quite a few times, though. And then DXJC saying a Jay Perrin by rear naked choke. All right, let us keep moving on to the next fight we have. Amir Albazi going against Francisco Figueiredo. Wiz, let's start with you. What are you liking on this fight here?
So on this fight specifically, I'm going to go with Albazi inside the distance. It's at plus 140 on Bet Online right now. And the reason why I'm not choosing a specific method, whether it's KO or submission, I think he's pretty equal opportunity when it comes to both of those methods. So I chose not to get cute with it and go with the inside the distance there. Another look that I have on this fight is the under 2.5 rounds. Oh, sorry, the fight doesn't go to distance, is at plus 105. That's not too bad of a way to hedge in case Figueiredo lands one of those weird knee bars like he landed last fight. But yeah, ultimately I'm going to choose the inside the distance for Albazi.
Sounds good. I like it. Blood Money, how about you? What are you liking?
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see Albazi get the finish. Figueiredo's been finished, I think, like 2 other times, but I'm going to take him by decision. I think that he looked good against Master Z, but I figure if Master Z can survive, Figgy should be able to too. So I'm going to take Albazi by like a dominant decision because I think he's going to be better wherever this fight goes. But there is a chance he could get a finish. He does have he's got good striking, good subs. So, but I'm going to take him by decision.
So Cody on the decision, Wiz on the inside the distance are pretty closely lined there. I'm going to go with the round 3 or decision. I think it's minus 135 on FanDuel Sportsbook. I do think Figgy is very, very tough. I do think his submission defense will hold up at least early. I guess my concern is his cardio as the fight goes on, especially at altitude. Albazi is going to push a very high pace here. In the 3rd round, as Figgy does not have much left. We saw Jerome Rivera take a round off Figgy on all 3 judges' scorecards. That's not good. Malcolm Gordon winning the third round against Figgy. I think if Figgy does slow down, Albazi's very live in that third round to get that finish. So give me the third round or decision, minus 135. I think it gets that price tag down quite a bit from minus 520, minus 500 there. Narco, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, I like the over 2.5. I don't know what it's on DraftKings currently, but I got it at minus 145. I'm still fine with minus 150. I think Figueiredo is tough. He's not easy to get out of there. The two inside the distance losses were almost 10 years ago. So I'm not going to take too much credence in those inside the distance losses. But Albazi is very good everywhere. Good striking. I don't think he has one punch power. I don't think he's like some huge, hitter or anything, but he's got solid boxing. He's got good grappling. I'll be surprised if he subs Figueiredo, to be honest. So with that being said, the Figueiredo himself is not really dangerous, and Albazi is, like I said, he's good everywhere. So the over, I think, is a good look here at minus 150.
Minus 150 over 2.5. Let's see what the chat is saying on this one. Albazi is going to put bad Figgy on his back. Propaholic saying the fight to end by sub at plus 280. There'll be tons of grappling exchanges here. It's worth a little shot. That's not a bad look. Plus 280 there. Albazi by sub or Francisco by points. I'd be pretty surprised if Francisco won by points here. It just doesn't do anything. We have the judges can give this a miss. Ends in submission is plus 300 for you, Andy. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate a shot on that. All right, we'll keep moving on. We have AJ Fletcher going against Lusa, another very close fight here. We'll start with you, Blood Money. What do you like for this fight?
I'm liking AJ Fletcher with the decision. I think that he's going to use his wrestling, be able to use his grappling. Even though Lusa does have good defensive and offensive wrestling himself, I think that AJ Fletcher is going to be a little better there. Lusa is super durable. You see him in any of his fights with Jack Magdalena, even with Munir Lazez, super durable. But he's not really all that dangerous himself. Like I just don't see that much power in his right hand. He doesn't seem that accurate with his right hand either. But he's pretty explosive. He's got good leg kicks. But I just see Fletcher being able to land some takedowns, getting some good ground control, and staying safe. And I don't think he'll look as tired as he did against Semmelsberger in the third round in this fight. I think he's going to come in better shape. He has more time for this fight. So yeah, give me AJ Fletcher by decision. But I don't have a bet on this fight.
Fletcher by decision plus 180. Narco, how about you? What do you like for this one here?
Yeah, I mean, I played the over 2.5. That line has blown out, but I do like the Lusa side here a little bit. I think this is probably one of the times that he's going to have a significant reach advantage here. I mean, the two guys that he fought, in Madalena and Lazez, and his losses were the bigger guys. He's going to fight a guy here that's a little bit smaller than him. He's got a significant reach advantage here, and I do think he's the cleaner striker. Fletcher is the more explosive, has more power, but I don't think he's very clean on the feet. He does have good takedowns. I mean, they're powerful takedowns, but Lusa, extremely hard to keep down, extremely hard to get down. And so with that being said, I think this fight goes the distance. The Lusa decision line is plus 300. I think that's a tad bit wide there. So Lusa by decision, plus 300. For my best bet.
Sounds good. Wiz, what do you think of this one?
God darn Narco. He stole it. He stole it from me. Yeah, I agree. I like Lusa by decision here as well. I just think AJ Fletcher is still a little bit green, and especially with the takedown defense of Lusa. I think he's able to keep it on the feet here. And in the later rounds, I think he can get a takedown or two of his own. So with that being said, I don't see that the big finishing potential unless AJ Fletcher completely gasses out and just gets hit by an absolute like a car crash of a punch. And I'm gonna go with the decision line here for Lusa.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same thing. I'm just taking the money line, though, plus 140. I think it's a very close fight here. What really impressed me with Lusa was the takedown defense, the strength. This guy's very hard to take down, very, very hard to hold down. And if Fletcher's not able to take him down, like, what does this fight look like on the feet, especially with Lusa having a 7-inch reach advantage. I do think Lusa is going to have the better cardio as well. I do think he's the better striker. AJ Fletcher is very dangerous, and maybe he can land a big shot, but we've seen that, Ange Lusa can absolutely take a big shot. So I do like Ange Lusa here as a dog. I think it's going to play out very competitively as the fight goes on. I start to favor Ange Lusa a little bit more. Plus 140 in a close fight. I will take that. Give me the dog there. See what you guys are saying in the chat. Ask is saying Lusa fought the better competition. Absolutely. And I think that is about it. Now, Lusa's style reminds you of Dolce Longambula. Yeah, a little bit. But we'll keep moving on. We have Luis Saldana going against Sean Woodson. Narco, we'll start with you. What are you liking on this fight here?
Yeah, I'm on the Woodson side. I mean, everybody said it. KO prop plus 175. I think that's very off here. Like, Saldana usually is the bigger guy in the ring. He's going to be the smaller guy in the ring here. He's going to be, the guy that has, the boxing side of Woodson is really nice. He's got the way better hands. Only thing I like from Saldana is his kicks. He has got good kicks, but I mean, he lost that Jordan Griffin fight. He gets knocked out on the regional scene in Mike Santiago, who I know from he's an Illinois guy, and I know him, and that's a terrible look. I just think the body work, the pace, the hands of Woodson are gonna get to him. I think they're gonna get to him a little later because I don't think Woodson is that one punch guy. I think he's more accumulation. But working the body, he does that well. He's the longer guy. He's gonna jab him. I mean, he's gonna be there to be hit, and I think eventually he knocks out Luis Saldana here.
Yeah, I went with pretty much the same thing. I went the inside the distance there, plus 140. Sean Woodson, I do think he goes out there and finishes Saldana, like you're saying, in that second or third round. I also sprinkled those second and third round props because Saldana early on, I actually really like what I see. I think this guy has a lot of tools on the feet. Very, very impressive. It's just he has about 4 minutes of cardio and then he slows down. And then what is his cardio going to look like at elevation, right? Not good, especially against a guy like Sean Woodson, who's going to pressure, who's going to throw a ton of volume, who's going to mix it up to the body. You can get away with slowing down against Bruno Souza. You can get away against slowing down against, Austin Lingo. I don't think Woodson's going to let him off the hook here. So I think once Saldana slows down, Woodson's really going to put it on him. And I think he finishes him probably in that second round, if not the second, then the third. So I really like Woodson in this matchup. I think Saldana's win condition is a first round finish, and I just don't think it's all that likely. So I like Woodson, and more specifically, I do like him to win inside the distance. Wiz, what do you like him for this fight here?
Yeah, so I'm parlaying the round 2 and round 3 finishes for Woodson here, for all the reasons you guys mentioned. He has a better cardio, better boxing, reach advantage, height advantage, advantage almost everywhere here, and just pairing with the bad cardio of Saldana, I think he has a decent round 1. I think if people want to play the money line side, just wait for a live betting opportunity. In my opinion, I think Saldana wins round 1 at a decently high clip. But yeah, I'm just going to stick with parlaying the round 2 and round 3 finish. And then tracked, I also have him just winning by KO. So that's what I got.
Yeah, I think live betting is an interesting look because, like you said, Saldana, at the very least, it's going to be very competitive in the first round. Blood Money, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I like Woodson by third round TKO. He works, like you guys were saying, he works the body good. I like the way he switches stances. He's getting better with his kicks. And like you guys said about Saldana, he's dangerous in the first round. He's going to be throwing a lot of kicks. He throws a lot more kicks than boxing, but he slows down so bad. And when he slows down against Woodson, Woodson keeps a good pace and good pressure throughout the whole fight, especially using that jab and just keeps touching you. So, and even if I feel like if he hurts Saldana and Saldana has to shoot in for a takedown or something, he's not going to be able to get it. Woodson has a really good takedown defense. It's like he's so long and tall. So, yeah, give me Woodson. I think he's going to get the third round TKO.
Woodson third round KO plus 1,000 there. I like it.
Nice.
So you guys are saying in the chat, Ski Wishy saying Woodson by KO in round 2 or round 3 plus 380. Yeah, I think it's a good look. I think both those are very, very live there. We got Rocco saying, what's good, chat? What we on today, fellas? We're talking about it now. We got Rancy saying Wood by KO round 2. I am right there with you. All right. And then Andy Mush picture saying Lusa, AJ combined for a 66.6 finish rate, don't take the finish off the table. The only problem with that is they've never been finished, and they both are extremely tough. That's why I think most people are kind of leaning towards that decision route. But yeah, anything can happen. Move on to the next fight, a very intriguing one. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. We have Jared Gordon going against Leonardo Santos. We'll start with you, Blood Money. What are you liking for this fight here?
I'm liking Santos by decision or Santos by first round knockout. And I know the decision part's a little harder with the elevation and his cardio, but I feel like he's better at MMA everywhere, better than Jared Gordon everywhere. He shut down Grant Dawson's takedowns the whole fight until pretty much the third round. I just like him. He's got better striking. He has good power. He's going to be so much taller and longer, but he looked terrible at the weigh-ins like he always does yesterday. I mean, he need help getting to the scales and getting off the stage. But I think Jared Gordon's been KO'd 4 times in his career, finished all 5 times in all 5 of his finishes. And I just think that Leonardo Santos, I always call him Leandro. I think Leonardo Santos is good. Like if he wouldn't have got that last second knockout to Grant Dawson, he could have won that fight. And then he could have, if he would have got that stoppage over Clay Guida, he could be on like a 5, 6, 8 fight win streak right now. But yeah, man, the altitude, all that stuff, you got to watch. But I'm going to take Santos either by first round finish or decision. I really think he can beat Gordon.
Sounds good. Yeah, the decision prop is like plus 700, like crazy odds there. And then the first round prop for Santos is plus 900. Narco, what do you like for this one?
Yeah, I like fight doesn't go. It's minus 116. I just think, Santos, he's very good, but man, the guy is pushing, he's pushing 43 years old. He's 42. Having a hard time on the scale, fighting an altitude for this guy now. I mean, this guy's going to gas. I have no doubt in my mind. Like, and not to mention Jared Gordon pushes a crazy pace. Like he's going to continue to grapple. So I do think Santos is very, very live early. So if you like Santos, I think that round 1 is a good look for him. But come round 2, round 3, man, he's going to be probably dead. And I do think Jared Gordon can finish him. So fight doesn't go minus 116. I really like that. That's probably one of my favorite bets.
Nice. Yeah, I'm on that as well. The best bet I will give out, though, is going to be the Santos round 1 KO. I can't believe this price, plus 1,800. I know he's very good on the mat, legendary black belt, but he just has not used that grappling. And I think the last submission win he has is like 7-8 years ago. It's been a long, long time. And I'm kind of confused. Like, why didn't he try to submit Clay Guida when he had him hurt? Guida's been submitted like 30 times. I think he's going to go out here and potentially knock out Jared Gordon early. Gordon's been knocked out, I believe, 4 times, 3 in the UFC. Santos hits very, very hard. He's going to be much bigger. He's going to be the much better striker. He has very good takedown defense. I think Santos is going to have a lot of opportunities to knock out Jared Gordon in round 1. And it's plus 1,800 there. So I do like a little stab on that. Wiz, what is your best bet for this fight?
Yeah, so similar to your guys' sentiment in that round 1, I'm just going to take Santos in round 1, not KO or submission, just in case he gets that sub. What I got it was at plus 1,100. And I could see him getting the sub here. I know he didn't go for that sub when Clay Guida was hurt, but I just don't want to get too cute with it and kick myself in the butt for it in case it does happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the round 1 finish for Santos. If it extends past 1, I think Gordon starts to take over slowly and possibly him get a finish of his own. So that's what I'm going for.
And it could also be like another live betting situation where Santos, he should win this first round, if not finish the fight in that second round. I still don't know what he's going to have left at this point. But yep, we'll keep moving on. Before we do so, we do have 314 of you in here. If you guys have not already, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Go check out these guys. We got Blood Money, Wiz, and Narco Cop. They all 3 have channels on YouTube. Go check them out and show them some love. We have Marcin Tybura going against Alexander Romanov. Yeah, Tybura is a very popular underdog this week, and I definitely get why. And I think I will, I don't have a bet on this fight. I have a bet on pretty much every single prelim. But this is the one fight I do not have a bet on. It's because, first of all, I'm kind of upset about myself because I saw Tybura at it was like plus 440, like at some point in the week, and was there for like a split second. I saw it there. I did not hop on. I wish I would have. But I think I would go with that Tybura money line here. There's just a lot of question marks I have with Alexander Romanov. I know he's looking in much better shape and everything, but what does his cardio look like after the second round? After the round and a half against the guy like Tybura, who has a phenomenal takedown defense. He's a BJJ black belt. He's fought the much better competition. I suppose Romanov could go out there and finish Tybura early, but if not, at elevation, what does Romanov look like as this fight goes on? So, like I said, I don't have a bet on this fight, but if I was to bet it probably would be Marcin Tybura, that money line, or like some of these Tybura round props are insane. I think round 3 Tybura is like plus 2,900, something like that. But I think I'm just going to sit back and watch this one. Narco, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I like the Tybura side. Like I'm looking at this line and it's minus 400 in some spots. Yet, fight to start round 3 is minus 108, minus 125. That tells me a lot, to be honest. Like Romanov's win condition is a lot early, right? Like he's one of those guys that finishes, inside the 7.5 minute mark for the most part. And this line's telling me this fight is getting to round 3, right? So if that's the case, I think I like Tybura later on in this fight. So plus 300, 310, whatever the hell it is right now. Even his KO prop to me is plus 950. They're heavyweights, guys. Plus 950 for a heavyweight, like that's insanity to me. Like there shouldn't be plus 950 on a guy like Tybura who has great ground and pound, has decent power. And we've seen the one fight where Romanov kind of had resistance. He wanted to fight. Let's be honest, he quit in that fight. He literally quit because he was death gassed. And I can't back a guy like that. So give me Marcin Tybura, money line, Marcin Tybura, knockout.
Sounds good. Wiz, what do you like for this one?
So I actually have 2 bets on this fight. The first one's going to be Romanov by KO. It was at even money when I got it. And then I have Tybura money line, just to cover in case Romanov doesn't get the TKO or KO. I doubt that Romanov would be able to sub Tybura with his black belt. I'll be really surprised, actually. So I just stuck with the KO since it was even odds. And going with that hedge on the money line side. Didn't want to get cute with the sub or the KO side either. So either way, one covers the other, hopefully, unless Romanov decides to sub him. But let's go KO.
Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised if he did sub Tybura there as well. Blood Money, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, I bet Tybura. I got him at plus 350. I put 1.2 units to win 4.2. And man, I just like I like a lot of stuff about Tybura in this fight. I mean, if you watch Juan Espino fight Romanov and then you watch Tybura fight Sergey Spivak, it shows you he has clear paths to victory in this fight. Like he was able to out wrestle Spivak, outwork Spivak, and Spivak's got great wrestling, great pace, all that. And I just think that Romanov, he does look like he's in better shape, and he is, but the way he wrestles and fights is all explosion. Like when he picks dudes up to slam them, he's picking them up using all that explosive power. So I don't think even being in great shape is going to help his cardio just because the way he fights. I don't think altitude's going to help him. So I'm with you guys. Either he's going to have to get it done early in that first round and a half, or I see Tybura taking over. But I don't even know. Like Tybura looked a little bit bigger than him at the weigh-ins. I know he's going to have about like 12 or 13 pounds on him, and I don't know if Romanov's just going to be able to come out and just take him down and do whatever he wants to him. Tybura's got great wrestling, some of the top wrestling, offensive and defensive in the heavyweight division. So, yeah, I like Tybura, and at plus 350, that's just like disrespectful. So I had to jump on that.
That's a great line there. Aikid saying, guys, Romanov is going to breeze through Tybura. Let's get serious. Well saying Tybura gets smashed early. Well, man, you got to look at it this way. It took Romanov 9 minutes and 43 seconds to finish that bum, Jared Vandera, and it took 9 minutes and 22 seconds to finish that bum, Roy Martinez. And newsflash, Marcin Tybura is neither Jared Vandera or Roque Martinez. I do think this one gets extended a little bit. I don't think he kind of runs right through him in the first round. I'd be a little surprised there. Properholic saying Romanov inside the distance. Tybura has no chance. Come on, guys. Everybody has a chance. It's MMA. Tybura has 15 pounds on him. For me, Romanov all day. Yeah, this line's moving. Like, this line is moving quickly. It looks like Tybura is plus 265 now. Plus 285 is, I think, the best price out there. Plus 310 there. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, Tybura is a very popular dog, and I don't hate the dog shot. All right, we'll move on to the first fight on the pay-per-view main card. People are actually paying for this. They're paying real money for this fight. It's Harry Hunsucker going against Tyson Pedro. Narco, we will start with you. What are you liking?
Yeah, I mean, I have a bet on Pedro by sub plus 400. Here's the thing, like, the reason why I like that prop over the KO, for one, obviously the price is much better, but for two, I do think Harry Hunsucker is a little dangerous on the feet at 205 here, like swinging big hooks. Like, does Tyson Pedro actually want to get in a swinging contest here? I don't know if that's going to be good for him. So, not that I think Harry Hunsucker is some great striker, because he's not, but he does carry power. He's coming down from heavyweight. He looks to be in great shape. All that is in his favor. And, you know, Pedro has been knocked out before. So, I think his path here, his best path, is probably grappling. I know Harry Hunsucker is a brown belt, but I haven't seen like great grappling on tape from him. So I think if Pedro gets him down, he's very long. He can stick, you know, get those limbs across, maybe body triangle him, get his back, and get a rear naked choke or something like that. So plus 400 for a guy like Pedro who has a bunch of submissions on his ledger. I'll take some of that.
Yep, I went with the same exact thing. Pedro does have 4 wins in the UFC, and 2 of them do come by submission. We saw Jared Vandera, who doesn't take down anybody, take down Hunsucker. Super easy. I feel like Pedro can get him down easy as well. And Pedro's really slick on the mat. Like you said, Hunsucker supposedly is a brown belt in BJJ, but I do think Pedro's the better grappler here overall. And I think the sub is very live there if he does choose to use it. Of course, he can go out there and just knock this guy out. That's definitely on the table. But, you know, the knockout prop is like minus 250. You might as well take the shot on that plus 400 sub prop. So I went the same thing there. Wiz, what do you like for this fight?
It was really hard for me to get to anything here. I don't have anything official on it, but if for shits and giggles here, I'm going Hunsucker by TKO KO.
Let's go.
Plus 900. I mean, as Narco mentioned, he does have power, and we've seen Pedro get knocked out a couple times. He gets a little reckless himself when he gets overconfident in these fights. Villanueva was able to land a little bit, but Villanueva was also over 40 years old. So there's not much power there. So I can't rule anything out. Hunsucker by KO at plus 1100. Worth like a 0.1 unit or 0.15.
Let's go. I like it. And then Hunsucker round 1 KO is like plus 1900. So there you go. Worth a shot. Blood money. What do you like for this one?
Yeah, I like Tyson Pedro first round KO. I don't even think he would get a club and sub. I feel like when Hunsucker gets hit and gets hurt, you've seen against like Justin Tafa or Tai Tuivasa, he don't even have to get knocked out. Like, he'll just get hit, drop to the ground, and go into the fetal position and kind of give up. So I think that even if he gets dropped, that's what's going to happen. Tyson Pedro has a really nice straight right hand on the pipe, and I think he could even get him with the leg kicks like he was doing with Villanueva. I actually think Ike would beat Harry Hunsucker, to be honest, and he made Ike look like pretty easy work. So I'm taking him by first round finish. I think he gets the KO. I mean, he could get the sub though, like they were saying, because he has a great sub game, and if he wants the easiest path to victory, that's what he would do. But Tyson Pedro first round finish for sure.
Sounds good. I do think the knockout's probably the most likely one. Saying Pedro by sub round 1. He won't want to stand with Hunsucker. He's terrified of Harry Hunsucker. Pedro by sub, very great bet on this one. Yeah, plus 400. I mean, worth the shot. Tyson by sub or points plus 280. Hunsucker has never gotten out of the first round. That is very true. I think he has like 12 fights. None of them have seen the second round. Let's see. This fight will start round 2 and blow everyone's mind. It will certainly blow my mind there, Andy Mush. And then SK saying trolling with the fight goes to distance at plus 650. Yeah, the fight goes to distance is plus 770 on FanDuel Sportsbook. You'll probably never, ever see another line like that. But it's for a very good reason. All right, next we have the people's main event. We have Yanan Wu going against Lucy Pudilova. We'll start with you, Blood Money. What do you like for this fight here?
I mean, I'm staying completely away from it, but I actually like Wu Yanan here. I'm not impressed with Lucia Pudilova or whatever anywhere. I like Wu Yanan. I like that she throws her combinations, ends with body and leg kicks. I think she puts out a little bit more output, has a little bit more movement. Pudilova does have pretty decent takedown defense, but if anybody's going to get any takedowns, I would think it would be Wu Yanan. So I like her. I mean, I don't like either one of these girls, but I think she's a little bit better. She didn't look too bad against Maria Bueno Silva either. So give me a Wu Yanan by decision. No bets though.
Yep. I would never bet on this fight in my life, but if I were forced to bet this fight, it would be Yanan Wu money line plus 120. I think it's a close fight. On the feet, I do probably favor Pudilova, but it'll be close. Yanan Wu does throw a lot of volume. I think Yanan Wu has sneaky wrestling upside as well. Maybe get it down to the mat, win some minutes down there. But yeah, I'm not betting on this fight. I would never even think about betting on this fight. But if I were forced to, it'd be that plus money. I would not lay chalk on Lucy Pudilova. That sounds horrible. Narco, what do you like for this one?
I don't like shit, but this is a terrible freaking fight. And I hate these low-level women's MMA fights. I guess Yanan Wu by submission plus 1,300. If you get subbed by Antonina Shevchenko, why the hell wouldn't I play plus 1,300 for Yanan Wu, who has a bunch of submissions? I mean, she's got like 4 or 5 of them. And, you know, she gets takedowns almost in every single fight, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, plus 1,300, all right, I guess.
That's a really good point. Hey, if you get subbed by Antonina Shevchenko, you can absolutely get subbed by Yanan Wu. Wiz, what do you like for this one?
I'm on a similar boat with the Wu submission. She gets takedowns at will here, in my opinion. I think that's the easiest path to victory for her. Just keep taking her down. Pudilova, I mean, she went 6-1 after leaving the UFC, but I'm still not that impressed with her. If she comes out and puts on a striking masterclass, I will be in absolute awe, and I'm going to probably break my TV just from how weird that outcome is. But you never know. It's low-level women's MMA at the end of the day.
Yeah, these are definitely the fights that make you want to break your TV. Shout out to Lupi Godinez last week. I almost broke my TV several times watching that great performance there. See what you guys in the chat are saying on this one. Wu by points plus 190. And yeah, Derek's bringing up something that I kind of looked at. The Wu finish only, it was decent plus money earlier in the week, and it doesn't really make much sense to me. Lucy Pudilova has the worst finish rate on the entire card. I think it's 30%, whereas Yanan Wu has one of the best. It's like 85%. So at plus money for the finish only, I don't hate that. Now, Mandy Mush saying a Wu finish only, but this one is screaming split decision. Absolutely. Why even talk about this fight? Hey, it's on the pay-per-view. It is on the pay-per-view. Yanan Wu has only ever beaten 2 girls with wins on their records. The rest are all 0-0 or worse. Yep. Sounds about right to me. And then Ski saying Lucy by headbutt. Why not? And then BXJC saying at least Lucy has beaten girls that have beaten girls. Hey, fair point there. And then John saying Wu wrestle sprinkle on the sub plus 1,100. Yeah, I don't hate it. And then Bob saying, why is this on the pay-per-view? I do not know. I really don't have usually have an explanation for why they do some of these things, but this one, I do not have one explanation there. All right. 3 really good fights to end the card. I cannot wait to talk about these guys with you guys. Now we have Jose Aldo going against Rob Dvalishvili. It's one of those fights where we have a ton of people on the Jose Aldo side. We have a ton of people on the Rob side, and both sides are super confident. And it doesn't really look line that way. I feel like this fight should be closer to a pick 'em, but it's actually Marab that's minus 144, minus 145 here. Narco, which side are you planting your flag on for this week?
Yeah, I mean, you have to go with the guy that grapples, right? Like, this guy is like a machine, nonstop grappling. We've seen Aldo slow down. Like, he's, I know people are saying, yeah, he's never faced I'm not talking about a pure wrestler, but he's never faced a guy with this type of pace, like relentless, like crazy pace. And he's gonna make Aldo slow down. I have no doubt in my mind. Unless Aldo starches him early, like, he's gonna make Aldo slow down. He's gonna get takedowns. I know Aldo has great takedown defense, but listen, when you start getting tired, your takedown defense is gonna go away. And Marab dude, the guy doesn't get tired. It's insane how many shots this guy can shoot and keep going. So I I do like the Merab side. Aldo is a GOAT. He's a legend, but it's like to me, it's a bad matchup. Like this guy nonstop coming, constantly going for takedowns. I think he's going to get takedowns here. Merab is 135, 140 range. I like betting on guys like this. Like he's gonna get takedowns. He's gonna play it safe. Even his decision prop he's not a finisher to me. Like, yeah, he finished Moraes, but Moraes finished himself, in my opinion. So, the decision prop, it's plus 140 range. I don't mind that whatsoever either. I have a bet on that. So I do like the Merab side. However, I won't be shocked if Aldo knocks him out. Like, honestly, if you like Aldo, to me, I think the KO prop is better than the money line. That's my opinion.
All right. Yeah, I agree. If I was on the Merab side, I would be playing that decision. Cody, Blood Money, what do you like for this fight?
I actually like Jose Aldo, man. I bet him at plus 110. Got 2 units to win 2.2. And I think his takedown defense is going to hold up fine. He's going to be bigger than Merab. I watched Merab try to take down John Dodson like 20 times, and he couldn't even get him down and hold John Dodson down. And John Dodson's got good takedown defense, but I wouldn't really compare it all the way to Jose Aldo. And plus, Jose Aldo's like bigger than John Dodson too. He's looked like, I've never really seen Aldo like gas out in a 3-round fight. Like most of the times you see him gas out, it was against Max Holloway, who's a lot bigger, putting more pressure on him, melting them, getting takedowns, getting on top of him and beating him up. He looked good in the 3 rounds against Volkanovski, even though he lost. He just got held up against the cage. But his last couple fights, he's looked good. Went 5 rounds with Rob Font at a pretty good pace. He's going to be landing the harder shots here. I mean, he was the last guy who beat Marlon Vera in a 3-round fight. And if he can beat Marlon Vera, to me, he can beat Merab. If Merab can't land these takedowns, if he tries a couple times, Jose rips some underhooks like he does and stops it. I don't know if he's just going to keep shooting like 20, 35 takedowns, hopefully Aldo hits him with some of them leg kicks, slows him down a little bit with that, takes a little bit of his base away. And, I think that Aldo can get this win. He's looked phenomenal lately, and in a 3-round fight against basically just a wrestler. And even if Merab gets him down, he ain't gonna hold him down. Merab doesn't really hold anybody down. That's why he usually lands 12 to 15 takedowns on somebody. So, yeah, man, I think Aldo is gonna get this decision. He could knock him out because, like we've seen, Moraes hit him with that left hook and drop Merab. I think Aldo has a really nice left hook himself, so. He could get the knockout. He could get it early, but I see him beating him up and getting the decision, actually. And plus, with Merab talking about going down to 125 too. I mean, Aldo's going to have a nice size advantage, I think.
Sounds good. So Blood Money on the Jose Aldo side there. Adrian with the $10 dono saying, great work, quality cast. Appreciate that. This is a very good cast indeed. Thank you, Adrian, for hanging out. Thank you for the dono. Wiz, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm on Narco's side here with Merab. I think Merab's nonstop, relentless grappling and wrestling pace is gonna tire Aldo out. I know his takedown defense on paper looks really high, but if you really dig deep into it, the takedown defense, most of it is earlier on in his career. When you look at from him when Aldo moved down, it's not the same. His takedown defense is definitely not the same if you were just to check the percentage at the current weight class. So I think Merab's going to eventually tire him out with all these attempts. I know he's not going to try and hold him down, but just because of that, I favor it a little bit more because every time he gets up, Aldo's expending that much more energy. And Merab's lasted pretty decently. He hasn't had any cardio issues to my knowledge. Yeah, he got flash knocked down by Moraes, but Moraes has actual power. Moraes is a pretty well-known finisher in the division for a while now. So give me Merab on the money line. I would probably take him on the decision line as well. I haven't locked in this bet yet, but I probably will lock in his money line.
Sounds good. So we have 2 on Merab, and it's going to be 2 on Jose Aldo. But the bet I'm going to give out is going to be this fight to end in split or majority decision. The reason being it's minus 200 to go to decision. I personally do think this goes to decision. And are the judges going to score the takedown attempts, the failed takedown attempts of Merab? Are they going to score him getting takedowns and doing little to no damage? or are they going to score, the better shots on the feet, the harder shots on the feet from Jose Aldo? I think it's going to be a very, very close and competitive fight across 15 minutes. I think Jose Aldo is going to have a lot of success early. I think Merab's going to have a lot of success late. I think it's going to be a tough fight to judge. So I think this fight has split decision written all over it, plus 400. I think that's kind of where I look. I think it's a super, super close fight here. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Merab UD. Probaholic saying Merab is going to finish Aldo with that pace he pushes. I personally don't think so. Merab only has one finish in the UFC. Kind of a decision guy. Merab is a dog. No, he's not. He's a favorite. But I get what you're saying. He is definitely a dog. Dude, saying Merab gets dropped with a body or head kick. Yeah, if somebody's getting dropped, it is probably Merab. And then MMA saying Aldo KO easy money. Hey, it could be. Tone is saying Merab wins inside the distance, goes decision equals no action. So you're saying the Merab finish only. I wouldn't really look at that. I think it's more of a decision there. Aldo had to cut his nuts off to make weight, probably. What is up, Wades? How you doing? Aldo needed help on the scales. Yeah, Aldo's never looked good on the scales the last couple times. See what we got here. Merab by KO. Aldo looked like he had a hard weight cut. Yeah, like I said, he always looks bad, though. All right, we'll keep moving on to the co-main event. We have Luke Rockhold going against Paulo Costa. Blood Money, let's start with you. What are you liking for the co-main event here?
Yeah, I'm definitely liking Paulo Costa in that first or second round. I think that I honestly think it's going to be in the first, because if you look at both their records, like both these guys like to go out and get the first round finish. Even Luke Rockhold goes for it. And if you take in the fact that Luke Rockhold don't have much of a chin, I think Paulo Costa touches it. I think he gets him out in the first or second round. To me, like, Luke Rockhold looks in shape, but it's like terrible. Like he said, he's only been clean off with drugs or alcohol or something for like 7 months. So, yeah, man, Paulo Costa, even though, he gets out of shape a little bit, he's been training hard and fighting for the last like 5 years straight. And Luke Rockhold, no wins in the last, he hasn't fought in 3 years, hasn't had a good win in 5, hasn't had a legit good win in 7 years. That goes back to Weidman. He had that win 5 years ago over David Branch. But yeah, man, I think Costa looks in great shape. I think that he's going to go out there and drop some hammers on Luke Rockhold and get him out of there in that first round.
Sounds good to me. Wiz, what are you liking?
So I got 2 for you here. Go with the under 1.5 rounds to cover both possibilities. I think it's ending within the first 3 minutes, in my opinion, by the way these guys swing and carry their pace. But also like a number that really caught my eye. I know it's not the public favorite, but Rockhold by KO, when I last checked it out, was plus 900. And I think that's his win condition. I don't think he's winning a decision. I don't think he's getting a sub, especially in the later rounds when he's gassed out. So that number caught my eye. I guess now it's up to plus 1,100 on some books, plus 12 I see on the screen. So those 2 lines are pretty decent in my opinion.
Sounds good. Yeah, I like violence here as well. I don't mind the under 1.5. It's still plus money on Caesars. I did go with the fight won't start round 3 minus 182 on FanDuel Sportsbook there. Yeah, Luke Rockhold has not seen the scorecards, and it's been like 10 or 11 fights since he last been to a decision. I think these guys are going to throw down. Paulo Costa is going to pressure early. He's going to throw a ton of volume, and I just don't think Luke Rockhold could take a shot. He's been knocked out 5 times at this point. He's now 37, almost 38, taking 3 years off. It's just a very tough matchup to come back to if you are Luke Rockhold here. Really like Costa in this matchup. Really think he knocks him out, probably in the first round, but I like covering that second round as well. Fight won't start round 3. Give me some violence here. Narco, what are you liking for the co-main event?
Same thing. I have fight doesn't start round 3, minus 175. I mean, if you want to psych yourself up for Luke Rockhold coming back 3 years later, after almost dying in the ring at 37 now, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you shouldn't fall for stuff like this, to be honest, because listen, the guy's been knocked out in 3 out of his last 4. He's been out of the ring for 3 years. He's 37 years old. Your chin's not getting better, buddy. It's only going to get worse. Paulo Costa, I've heard some people say he doesn't hit hard. I don't know what kind of tape they're watching, but this dude hits hard. Like, I don't know what to tell him. Like, almost all his wins are finishes, and he's got a bunch of finishes in the first round. Guy hits super hard. The other guy has a glass jaw at this point, in my opinion, and Rockhold's going to get put to sleep. I even like the under 1.5. There's like, I don't know, Caesars, it says plus money. I don't know what it is on DraftKings. I'm sure they have an alternate line there, but I even think that's good because if you look at Paulo Costa's finishes, they're all almost under 1.5. So a big finisher against a guy that's been out for 3 years that's going to come in. That's another thing. When you're off for 3 years, most likely you're coming in like very like dry, like, you know, you don't know what to expect from this guy early. He's not going to be accustomed to the ring after being off for 3 years. So he can get starched very, very early in this fight. So under 1.5 is a good number to me. Fight doesn't start round 3 is good as well.
Yeah, I like it right there with you. Lord Tom D saying Costa KO under 3 minutes. I think it could definitely happen early. Youth saying under 2.5 is minus 225. Yeah, I like that. Let's see here. One-eyed Bisping got him out of there. That is true. Luke Rockhold is living embodiment of how many times we have to teach you this lesson, old man. Yeah, we'll definitely see. See if I missed anything here. Izzy picked Rockhold. Interesting, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So we have the main event here. We have Kamaru Usman going against Leon Edwards. Curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Wiz, we will start with you. What are you liking for the main event?
I've been going back and forth in my mind on like where the spots are here. I think moneyline side got to go with Edwards, but prop wise, I saw a prop. I believe it was on FanDuel or DraftKings. It was around 4-5 or decision for Kamaru. Parlay those, it was like, I think it was like a minus 120 if I'm not mistaken. That's my pick for this card, but I don't think I'm going to have any official bets on this fight specifically because I just want to enjoy it. In my opinion, it's really hard for me to pick either side. I know Kamaru Usman could just throw in that grappling and wrestling pace, and if Edwards can't defend it, he's just going to cruise to a decision or possibly like a ground and pound TKO. Or Leon Edwards can just stop these takedowns and put on a masterclass on the feet. I think he's a faster striker. He probably doesn't hit as hard as Usman, but the volume will pour on. So it'll be volume by accumulation.
Sounds good. Yeah, I was looking at that 4-5 decision earlier in the week as well. I forget what price it was, but yeah, around that minus 120, minus 130 range, I think is a good look. Narco, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised. Like, people actually think like Usman can't get takedowns here if he wants them. Like, dude, this guy took him down 6 times in 3 rounds. When he wants to grapple, when he wants to wrestle, like I get that people say his knees are a little bit worse now, blah, blah, blah. But if he wants to wrestle here, he's gonna get takedowns. Don't like mistake, like, you know, Leon Edwards has some like superior, like unbelievable takedown defense. He doesn't. He took him down 6 times in 3 rounds. You know, Gunnar Nelson has good wrestling. He took him down a bunch of times. You know, the guy can get taken down. Vicente Luque took him down, for Christ's sake. Kamaru Usman, if he wants takedowns, he's going to get him here. I do think he's going to grapple here. He's a smart fighter, no matter what you think of the guy. Like, yeah, he's going to strike a little, but I do think he's going to grapple. He knows Leon Edwards. He even said it. Leon Edwards has a nice 1-2. He has crisp boxing. He knows that. It's a different fight here than compared to the Colby Covington fights, right? Because Colby Covington cancels his wrestling because he's such a great wrestler himself. So why waste energy for takedowns against a guy that he knows he can't keep down? He probably can't take him down very easily. Why waste that energy? Here, I think he can get takedowns. I think he's going to grind Edwards here. Edwards is, you know, flying from overseas to higher altitude here. 5-round fight. 3-4-5 Usman plus 750 by KO.
3-4-5 Usman. Yeah, this one's a tricky one for me because I do really like the Kamaru Usman side. And Narco, I agree with all your points. I think he'll absolutely be able to go for takedowns. And I think you can't really look at the Burns fight. Like, let's be honest. Why would he take down Gilbert Burns? Why would he try to take down Colby Covington? He's going to try to take down Leon Edwards. I'd be shocked if he didn't. So for me, I keep playing these Usman 4-5 decision. I played it against Burns. I played it against Jorge Masvidal. And Usman keeps going out there and knocking these guys out. He's shown 7 knockdowns his last 5 fights. The power is, you know, nowadays translating for sure. So I don't really want to mess around with the decision prop or the knockout prop. I'm just going to go Kamaru Usman as a parlay piece, minus 320. Looks like a lot of money's coming in on Edwards as of late. I think it's a good matchup for Usman. I think he's going to push Edwards against the cage, control him there. I think he's going to take him down. I think on the feet, yes, you have to favor Edwards, especially early on, but Usman does have that power, has been hitting extremely hard. I like Usman as the fight goes on as well. I think he has the better cardio. Just overall, really like this fight for Usman. So, like I said, I think he can knock him out. I think he win by decision. Just give me the Usman parlay piece, minus 320. Blood money, what do you like for the main event here?
I'm with you guys with Usman. I think he gets a decision, but if he does use his wrestling and grappling like he should, and I mean, he knows that's the path to victory, the easiest path to victory for him, I think he can get Edwards out of there in the 4th or 5th round, because I'm not that impressed with Edwards' cardio, to be honest. Like, even if, like Narco Cop was talking about in that Gunnar Nelson fight, Gunnar Nelson in the 3rd round was able to take him down, mount him, and like literally almost finished him right before the round ended. And if you watch the Usman Edwards first fight, Usman was starting to melt him there again in that 3rd round with that wrestling pressure and stuff. So if that's the path that Usman takes, I think he can melt him and get him out of there in the 4th or 5th round. But if he just mixes that in a little bit to like win rounds or something, or if he's just clinching him up against the cage, kind of like he did Masvidal a lot in the first fight, I think he can do that too, and clinch Leon up against the cage, hit him, knee him, just burn a little clock and get the win. But I'm seeing the decision for Usman, but I could see him also getting that 4th and 5th round stoppage. I have him in a parlay with Usman, Albazi, and Pedro. I have 3.5 units to win 3 units, and I think all 3 of them guys get easy wins. And I don't know how you can really bet against Usman until you see, or even like, I got to see him lose first to somebody. I got to know that there's even somebody that can beat him inside that cage, because he's one of the best guys I've ever seen fight inside the cage. So till then, I can't fade him, and I like Usman to retain that title tonight.
Sounds good. I like it as well. A lot of people on Edwards, though. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, we did it. We went through all 12 fights. What's left is we're going to kick it around, shout these guys out. And by the way, I will be staying back after these guys head out for like 15 more minutes to answer any final questions you guys have. So do not leave yet. But Blood Money, we'll start with you. Let the people know where they can find it, where you've gone typically throughout the week.
Yeah, man. You can find me on my channel, Blood Money MMA Bets. I put out a video usually every Sunday, and then I put up my official bets on Friday. Check me and Johnny K Picks out. We have a live show on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We do it every Wednesday. We're even going to do it on this week off. And yeah, check out my channel. Check out Johnny K Picks channels. And I appreciate you having me on here tonight, Brady, and can't wait to do it again, man.
Sounds good. Good luck. Yeah, Cody's getting really close to that 1,000 subs on YouTube, so go check him out. Go subscribe to him. Cody, we'll see you later. Best of luck for UFC 278.
Thanks.
Oh, sorry. Wiz, you're next. Let the people know where they can find you, what you have going on throughout the week. I know you're very active on Twitter. You bet a lot of different sports, and then you're sitting to get the YouTube going as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you can find me at WizBets on Twitter and on YouTube. I bet everything. Baseball, basketball, NFL, primarily MMA. But during the week, I like all the sports, tennis included. So we're posting picks every single day, day in, day out for multiple sports. And as always, it's a pleasure doing a show with you guys. Brady, Narco, always fun.
Sounds good. All right. Good luck, Wiz. And let's win some bets tonight. All right, we'll see you. Last but not least, we got Narco. Narco, let the people know where they can find you, what you've gone on throughout the week. I know you as well are getting very, very close to 1,000 subs on your YouTube channel. So go check them out. Go subscribe to Narco. Narco, tell them where you can find you.
Yeah, they can find me on Twitter at NarcoCop. My YouTube channel is NarcoCop MMA. I would appreciate it if you go there, subscribe, please. I do the Lambo Plays podcast every Friday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We give out a ton of plus 300 or better plays that hit. We gave out 7 last week, Brady. 7 plus 300 or better. A plus 2,000 that hit last week. I'm on an insane run right now. I believe I've won on like 14 or 15 straight different cards on UFC, LFA, you name it. Goodness. I'm up about 35, 40 units the last, I would say, 2 weeks, which is another insane run. I was on a heater earlier. I went a little cold, but back on the insane run. I've been doing a ton of tape study. And I also do the Dana White's Contender Series show with Liam Picks Fights and Gordo Gambles every Monday. Won almost 9 units on the last card on Dana White's Contender Series. So it's been incredible. I've been putting a lot of work in. So I would appreciate all the subs, all the follows on Twitter. And thank you, Brady, for having me.
Absolutely. Narco, best of luck. Hopefully you keep that run going tonight. Let's make some money, man. All right, we'll see you. All right, I'll answer some questions. I'll stick around for like 15 minutes, and then we'll head out of here. Aaron saying, Brady, how has your 12-week stretch been? So I am 7-4 in terms of winning and losing cards. The goal is to make it 8-4 after tonight. So it's been going good. I mean, not too many complaints, I'd say. Narco's the man, absolutely. No UFC next weekend is sad. Not for me. I'm looking forward to this break. 12 weeks is insane. Jabba saying, hey, mate, you're looking good. What is your diet plan? My diet plan is tracking my calories and just working out consistently, really. Blood Money saying, what is up, everyone? Thanks for coming out and showing support for all of us, and good luck tonight. Good luck to you as well, Blood Money. Can Romanov get a finish? Of course he can. This is a heavyweight fight. He has finished all but one of his wins, and that one that he did not finish was that situation with Juan Espino where, Juan Espino kicked him in the nuts, and he could absolutely get a finish. The honeymoon is in Florida. Don't want to give out too many details because there's some weird people out there, man. But yeah, honeymoon's in Florida. Get Darshok. Hi, Brady. What is up? How you doing? Usman sub around 4 or 5 is plus 10,000. I lean more towards a KO. Usman around 3 or 4 is plus 900. No way. I'm not giving out that as a sprinkle. Solid. I think, yeah, late props for Usman are on the table there. Who is a safer bet, Usman or Costa? I'd say Usman is safer. But I think they both should win there. Let's see what else we got here. Altamirano or Richie Long at GBP. Altamirano, I'd say. Drop some parlays before you end it. Yeah, so I do have a couple parlays that we can talk. I think there's a bunch of good parlay pieces. Like, I think Usman's a good parlay piece. I think Costa's a good parlay piece. Albazi is a good parlay piece. I think some of those, like the under 1.5 in the Pedro fight's a good parlay piece. We talked about that. Yeah, I did put a quarter unit on the Merab Aldo to end in split decision, plus 400. I think it's going to be a super close fight. Ian saying Aldo by decision plus 375. That's a good line. Pedro sub or KO, whatever he wants. I mean, Pedro could, if he wants to go out there and knock out Harry Hunsucker, he could do so. If he wants to go out there and submit him, he could do so. It's just really whatever he wants to do. Pedro round 1 KO easy. I'd be shocked if he left the second round. Hunsucker, Pedro fight not starting round 2 is my lock. I hope you're right. I don't like the L word. A lot of people said that Loopy was a lock last week. It's hopefully you didn't jinx there, but yeah, I think it should finish in round 1. We all have to take shrooms if Rockhold wins. Why would we do that? Old man Santos, take my energy. I like it. Do you think Costa fight has a chance to be extended? How extended are we talking? I think it has a chance to go in the second round. I don't know about the full 15. Have a feeling Luke subs Costa or ground and pounds TKO. If the best version of Luke Rockhold shows up, he very well could win. It's just, man, it's a lot going against him. A lot going against Luke Rockhold. Feeling the Tybura fight going the distance. I'm actually picking it too, but I'm not betting it. What is the 1-800 gambler fight tonight? It's crazy. You even have to ask that, man. I mean, it's clear. It's clear as day. The 1-800 gambler fight of the week is Lucy Pudilova going against Yunan Wu on the pay-per-view card. How could somebody bet on a fight like this? It can go either way. Not a fight that I'm interested in betting in. Propaholic saying, Brady, what is your favorite bet on the card? Mine is Gordon versus Santos fight. Doesn't get a decision. My favorite bet on the card. I don't know. I think I like them all a little bit equal. My favorite, I don't know, man. I don't know. Nothing's like really jumping out as far as a favorite bet goes. I have that same bet. I do like that. I don't know. A favorite bet. Maybe my Usman Albazi parlay. I like that. I don't know. Don't really have a favorite. Like, I don't have really one that like really jumps out, but Tybura looked bigger at the weigh-ins. Yes, sir, he did. Thoughts on Tybura for the upset? I think he's very live for the upset. A lot of people are taking the dog shot on Tybura there. If Romanov gets past Tybura, where do you see a ceiling? I don't know. I'll have to see. This is his second toughest test. His first was probably Juan Espino, but this is another tough test for him. We'll see. A lock is when it's not possible to lose, usually because of a rig. There's no such thing as a lock, really. I think Tybura could win here. Yeah, I think he could as well. Big upset for Tybura for the win. He has a big dog. He wasn't even a bigger dog, but money keeps pouring in on Tybura. Tybura is only like plus 265 now. He was like plus 440 for a second earlier in the week. Crazy how all of Hunsucker's fights have ended in round one. Man's never even used a stool. That is true. That is true. And that's why I love Harry Hunsucker so much. Never seen the second round, and I don't think he will in this fight. SK saying, I think Lusa pulls the upset, rooting for him hard. I thought AJ Fletcher was a wrestler, but he is actually a striker and looked to gas out after 1.5 rounds. AJ Fletcher does not have a wrestling background, but he's a good wrestler. And yeah, if AJ Fletcher cannot get the takedowns, it's going to be probably Lusa on the feet. So I'm with you. LMAO, you're the only one that doesn't call any locks. I'm one of the very few people that just don't call anything because nothing's a lock in MMA. I mean, we saw Lupi Godinez go out there against Angela Hill and not shoot takedowns. We saw Bruno Silva last week go out there and fight drunk. He showed up to the cage drunk. I've never seen anything like it. Like, you're 29 fights in, and you show up drunk to a fight. Bruno Silva, what are you doing? Like, nothing's a lock. Like, Hunsucker could win tonight. Yeah, Fletcher could very well gas that elevation. The biggest lock is the Hunsucker fight doesn't go. Yeah, I think that is the most likely outcome on the entire card. You saying good luck on all your bets, guys. Let's have a day today. Let's have a day. I agree. We got Tommy Unders. What is up, Tommy? How you doing? Stanley, good luck, boys. Good luck to you as well. Lusa decision, Aldo decision, parlay plus 1,800. I personally am picking both of those outcomes. Bruno Silva was drunk when he fought GM3. You couldn't tell. Of course he was drunk. He showed up in the cage drunk, man. I mean, it was a terrible performance. Where is your Instagram posts? My picks. I'll probably get that out in a second. I've been such a big rush today. Leon Rocky Edwards is going to shock the world tonight and defeat Usman, and you can take that to the bank. I don't see it personally, but yeah, a lot of people are with you. You're not alone on that. It's not going to shock anybody because a lot of people are on Leon Edwards. Ian saying, thanks for all the content. Love watching your vids and hearing your thoughts on all the fights. Well, thank you for hanging out. Do appreciate that, Ian. Was he really drunk? No, but it looked like it. Do you think the heat in the arena had a big effect on some of those fighters in San Diego? Potentially. It looked like it. It looked like it affected Bruno Silva. Maybe it affected like Lupi in terms of her mentality. I don't know. It's just a weird situation last week. Love this channel. Never stop and never will miss a week. Hey, appreciate that a ton. Thank you. It means a ton. Get Darce choked. Love seeing it in here. I love it. Keep lowering those odds on Usman. Yeah, the line's closing in. Usman minus 320 now, which is interesting. Long time no see. Looking good, brother. Congratulations. Thank you, Jeremiah. Costa 2 bottles of wine deep. Still knocks out Rockhold. I agree. Blood Money saying, have fun on your honeymoon and congratulations, bro. Appreciate that, Blood Money. Thank you for coming on. You did a phenomenal job. Best of luck with your best tonight, man. We got Alex in the chat taking notes. What is up, Alex? How you doing? I'm going to hang out for a couple more minutes, guys, and then I will head out of here. Got to take off soon. I will be missing all the fights tonight, which is what it is. Great card, but yeah, we'll be missing it. Bless the bro with more likes, y'all. If you guys have not left a like yet, please be sure to do so. Too many favorites tonight to make any decent money unless we parlay 6+ favorites. Yeah, lots of wide lines. Would be funny if an MMA fighter won a drunk fight. Costa and Silva couldn't do it, I guess. No, they could not. It is not ideal to show up to the fight drunk. Sophie saying, great show. Like always, good luck tonight, guys. Good luck to you as well, Sophie. Colton saying, appreciate the content. Enjoy the night. Appreciate you, Colton. Does mean a ton. Shout out to Colton. All right, guys. I think I'm going to head out. I have a lot to do still. Really behind. I have to finish recording my Dana White's Contender Series video. That's going to be out probably in like the next hour or so for week 5. So got that almost done. And yeah, we have a week off next week, which is going to be good. Closing out this 12-week stretch. It's been a grind. It's not easy. It's not easy doing this. A lot of work going on behind the scenes. Top 3 picks. Hunsucker, Pedro fight doesn't go. Amir Albazi and Kamaru Usman, probably my favorite 3. Was Miranda Maverick, but Shanny Young pulled out. You off to your honeymoon? Yes, I'm about to take off soon. Brady smashing tonight, but I don't know about that. We'll see. All right, GG's ahead of time, everyone. Have a good honeymoon, bro. Appreciate that, Mendo. All right, guys. So if you guys have not already, on Twitter, I am doing a contest. A Harry Hunsucker contest to see who can guess the amount of significant strikes Harry Hunsucker lands. $25 to first. And if you get it on the dot, I will double it. It's my pinned tweet on Twitter. Go check that out. All the low numbers are taken. Like anything below 20 is taken. But if you want to be contrarian and guess like in the 30s or 40s for Hunsucker, maybe you'll win. But yeah, that's about it, guys. All right. Thank you for hanging out, guys. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Typically, I would be on a little bit longer, but I just have a ton of stuff to get done before I leave. Best of luck for UFC 278. If you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter, DFS_numbers, Instagram, DFS by the numbers. We will talk to you guys very soon. See you guys.